In just a few minutes, I'm going to show you how you can rank any website on the first page of Google in 24 hours. With all this free traffic, you can sell, promote, and market whatever you like. This is a step-by-step tutorial, so even if you are new to SEO, you can do this. Full details are also in the description, so feel free to check them out. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I publish content on SEO every week, so if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is find our keyword, and the tool we're going to use for that is Google Ads. It's totally free. If you haven't got an account, just grab one. When you get into your Google Ads account, you just go to Tools, and then we go to Keyword Planner, and we're going to hit Discover New Keywords. Now, I'm going to do an article in the AI niche, so I'm looking for a keyword, a specific kind of keyword, one that is got a 3-month change of like plus 900%. We're looking for something that's trending upwards in the last few months, ideally a year. And also we want low competition. So Bing is pretty new. I'm going to put in Bing AI chat and see what we get. Okay, so we haven't had to look down very far, and we can see that we really have a strong contender here. Bing AI chat, average monthly search is 10,000 to 100,000. The 3-month change is up a whopping 900%. Year-on-year change up 99,900%, and the competition is low. So this looks like the perfect keyword to go after, to draft an article and get some clicks and rank really fast. So what we want to do is copy the keyword, and then we're going to Google this keyword and see what comes up. I've Googled Bing Chat AI, and then if we scroll down a little bit, the first thing we want to do is we're going to take a copy of this people also are. So when people Google Bing Chat AI, these are other common things that people are Googling or looking for information on. So this is really important. Take a copy of that and just paste it onto a notepad. The second thing we want to do while we're on this page here is we want to find a couple of reference articles. And you can see I've been clicking around here doing a bit of research, and there is 2 articles that specifically I want to take note of. The first one is this one here, How to Use Bing AI Chat in 2023. That could be the good title for our article. And this content is ranking really well. So we're going to use this as a reference to help build our article. And the next one I'm going to use is this very recent article by ZDNet. It was published on the 26th of September. We can take a look at this one here. And so it's not a massive article, but it's ranking really highly, and it's probably ranking for a few reasons. ZDNet's pretty popular, but also it's got a lot of really good information about Bing Chat, what it does, and how to get the most out of it. So we're going to take a note of both of our reference articles and also our People Also Asks. If we take a look at our notepad here, this is what we've got. Our keyword that we're targeting, our People Also Ask, our 2 reference articles. The next thing we want to do now is we're going to set up a Python script. We are going to extract all the LSI keywords, the high frequency keywords, and also the high frequency key phrases out of our articles. Okay, for this next section, you do need a couple of apps installed on your machine. So the first one is Python. If you don't have it, go and grab it from python.org and download it for your operating system. The next tool we need is Visual Studio Code. Same again, just grab it from code.visualstudio.com downloads and grab it for your operating system. Once you have done that, the next thing you need to do is head to the Ambitious Hub. There will be a link in the description. If you head to this link here, LSI and High Frequency Keyword Extractor, this is going to have all the instructions that I will run through today. But importantly, this actually has the raw code that you'll need to copy and paste. Okay, so I've got a bit of a split screen thing going on here. Once you've got Python and Visual Studio Code installed, do double check you have Python installed. And to do that, you just go over to the extensions in Visual Studio, and you should see Python here, and it's going to have over 100 million downloads. If you've got that, you are good. We can close that. The next thing we want to do is just go back to the Explorer. You should have this page open here if you have gone to the Ambitious Hub and grabbed the link. It'll bring you here. Once you're on here, we've got Python, we've got Visual Studio Code. The next thing it's telling us to do is to create this Python file. So we just copy it. We go over here and just press this button here to create a new file, paste, enter. We've got our new file. The next thing it's going to ask us here is to copy and paste the code. So just down a bit below on the next page, we have the code. I'm just going to copy all of this and we'll paste it in. So just copy it, Visual Studio Code, and paste it. So that's done. Importantly, now make sure you go to File and Save. Okay, so we have our code. The next thing on the list, we have to install a bunch of Python modules. Now, I actually have these modules installed. All you need to do to install them is go to pip install Beautiful Soup 4. So you just copy that. And if you haven't got a terminal open, you can open it by just going to the menu at the top and go to Terminal, New Terminal, and then just paste in the pip command. So you can see it there. Now, I will run it, but I already have it, so it's not actually going to install anything. So install the 4 modules, and then we're ready to actually execute the script. So to execute the script, it's telling us here, all we need to do is at the terminal, enter in this Python keyword analysis.py. So we'll just go down to here, just make this full screen so it's a bit easier to see, and right click to paste. There we go, Python keyword analysis.py. You can see here, it's going to ask us how many URLs do you want to analyze. Now, for now, I'm just going to do one to show you what happens. Enter the web page URL. So let me grab that. So this is one of the URLs we grabbed earlier. And you can see here, once that executes, there is a new file that's being generated, and it's keyword-analysis.txt. So we're just going to click on that. Now, this is the basic output. So what this script has done is gone off to the internet to this URL, and it has extracted the LSI keywords, it has extracted the high frequency keywords, and it's also extracted the high frequency phrases, which is pretty cool. Now, you may have seen something like this, or this might ring a bell if you've ever used Neuron Writer or Surfer SEO content editor. It's doing something very similar, but this does not cost you $69 a month. This is totally free. What we can do now is run this for 2 and aggregate it. So for the type of content that we want to generate, we can actually look at typical LSI keywords, high frequency keywords, and high frequency key phrases that exist in high ranking content in our niche. So let's run this again, but we'll use 2 URLs this time. So again, all you need to do is not that. So we'll just run our script again. And you can actually hit the up arrow button and it'll come back up instantly like I just did. So let's run it. It's going to ask us how many URLs do we want to analyze. I'm going to put in 2 this time. And the next question, it actually says, enter the expected length of the article you want to generate in words. So I'm going to put in 1200. It'll ask for the first URL. So that's the first one. And I'll just grab the second one. So the second one was the ZDNet article. And if I hit enter on this, you can see instantly the keyword analysis.txt file is re-updated, and we have both URLs. For the first URL we entered in, we have the same text and output as we had previously, but now we also have the information for the second URL, which was the ZDNet. We have the LSI keywords, high frequency keywords, and the high frequency phrases here. But the best bit is here we get the aggregated analysis. So these are the LSI keywords that we are going to use in the next section, and the keyword, the high frequency keywords, and our 2-word phrases. If we scroll down a little bit further, it does give you some general information to help you with your SEO. So it's taking into account the word length you entered in. So it's saying here that for a 1200 word length article, we want to have one H1 tag, which is our title. That makes sense. It should only be one of them. H2, 2, H3, 4, H4 is 9, and we should have around 4 images within this content. There's also some general tips for SEO and on-page SEO. So use descriptive and engaging title, include target keyword in the title, use subheadings to break up the content, include internal and external links, optimize the images with alt tags containing the target keyword, use bullet points or numbered lists, include a call to action, keep the paragraphs short and easy to read, and include the social share buttons. So this output basically gives us everything we need to bundle it up and give it to ChatGPT to produce our article. Okay, so now we're going to do the first draft of our article that's going to rank really quick on Google. Now, there are a few steps to this, and I'm going to take you through all of them. Just open up ChatGPT. You can use GPT 3.5 or 4, whichever one you've got is fine. And the prompts that I'm using here will be either in the description or in the reference document if you would like to use them. So our first prompt here, it's basically saying you're an SEO expert, you draft high quality blog articles that are published online. These are published in English and it should target a readability level of 10th grade. This is really important. This means short sentences, use of bullet points, and lists to help improve the readability. Do you understand? And of course, it comes back and it says it understands. All right, next prompt. Our next prompt is the draft article should be between 1,000 and 1,400 words. Do not use the title conclusion in the content. Be more creative. Do you understand? Alrighty. Now we put our third prompt in. Draft the article for the blog titled, "What is Bing AI Chat and what are the benefits?" Alright, so our first draft has been produced. Now we've got to add one more prompt and we're going to ask it to go into a little bit more detail. We're going to get it to include some more bullet points, and also we're going to ask it to make sure it answers the following questions, which are going to be based on the people also asked, which we grabbed earlier in the video. That is these questions here. So I'll just paste the next prompt in. So here it is, and this is going to generate the second final draft, if you like. Great, so that article is looking really good. What we're going to do now is we're going to set up our ChatGPT custom instructions, which is going to incorporate the data we've got from our script into this draft, and then we are good to publish. Now we need to set up our ChatGPT custom instructions. We're going to leave this article here. We're going to refer back to it very shortly and take a copy of it. But for now, just open up a new chat. Once we're on the new chat, you want to go down and open up your custom instructions, which is down in the bottom left. Now, with our custom instructions, there's two parts to it. The first section here says, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you and provide a better response? What I've put in here is I create SEO articles for my website, mangojuice.app. I review high-ranking Google content. I scan it for LSI keywords, high-frequency keywords. And if I provide you a draft SEO article, I expect you that you will update the article and include the list of LSI keywords and high-frequency keywords. Down in the next section here, how would you like ChatGPT to respond? Basically, what I'm asking it to do is I will give you a list of LSI keywords, a list of high-frequency keywords, and how many I expect of these keywords to appear in an updated article. And I'll also ask the same with the high-frequency key phrases. I give the list of the key phrases and how many I would like to see in the updated article. From our Python script, we did get that aggregated data. I just pasted that data across over onto my notepad here. So I've got the LSI keywords, the high-frequency keywords, and the phrases. And what you're seeing in brackets here is a range. Now, with the prompt, I've written my prompt so it'll actually just target one number. You can play around with that, whatever you think, but stick roughly within the range. So back here on ChatGPT, you can see I've entered in the LSI keywords, the high frequency SEO keywords, and also the key phrases that have come from our script. Now we want to turn this on for new chats and press save. The next thing we need to do is get a copy of our article from our previous step. So this is where all the magic happens. We're going to get it all brought together now using our draft article and our custom instructions that has all the data from our script. So I'm just going to enter a prompt in here to prime it. So we're just going to say, using the custom instructions, can you draft an article for me to meet my specific requirements? Provide the draft article in fully formatted using H1, H2, H3, and H4 headings. Do you understand? And it says, great, no problem, just give me the article. So we'll go back to our other one and we'll just copy it back to this one and we'll just paste this in and let ChatGPT do its thing. And you can see here at the very start, it's saying it's going to use these LSI and high frequency keywords, and off it goes. Now, this is an excellent article that it is drafted, and you can see down the bottom, it's just reconfirmed that it includes the required LSI and high frequency keywords throughout the text, along with the additional key phrases. And in addition to that, it has also covered off the people also asked these common questions. So this is excellent. The next thing we need to do is just the other little bits and pieces that Google really likes in a helpful piece of content. So we need a table of contents. So let's get that. Excellent. The next thing we want to do is get our SEO meta title and meta description. Alrighty, so now we have our meta title, meta description. We've got everything we need basically to put this into our CMS. But before we do that, we need to get some links. So I normally use Bing for this because it has access to the live internet and it gives references and great links to articles. So what I actually want is what I've put down here in the chat. Provide 4 links to high-ranking web pages that discuss how to use Bing AI Chat. I'm going to include this in my content because this is helpful to the user. I'm going to take this information again. I'm going to put it on my notepad and we're going to include this in our content at the end, and I will show you that. Now, next, we do need custom images. We don't want to be using stock images for our content. So to create the custom images, I'm going to use the Bing Create tool. So I'm just going to ask it to create some digital art around Bing Chat AI. These are the images that Bing has come up with. A couple of these are not too bad. I may generate some other ones, but this is good for now. And this is a great tool to use to get that custom art. I'm quickly going to run you through basically my checklist before I publish the content. I'm using Webflow as the CMS and it is database driven and I think it is a really great tool. Basic info, we give it a name. This name will actually be the basis of generating the slug. So we have our keywords in our slug. This will be at the end of our URL. So that is really important that we have Bing AI Chat in it. Custom fields. So the title of the post, it'll be the same as the name. And then we give it a short description of the post. I've just used the first section of the SEO metadata for this. The meta title, we got ChatGPT to generate that for us. The SEO meta description, again, we got that from ChatGPT. The images, these are images that I've just generated and they are looking pretty good. Now, this next section does take a little bit of work, but if you don't put in the work, you won't get the results. So this is the table of contents and each one of these has a tag on it that will take the user to that section. All makes sense. And depending on your CMS, it gets done differently. So how the table of contents works in Webflow is you give each item in the table of contents a tag. So if I click on this one, you can see it says core features. And if I go down to core features and we click here, there's a link above it so you can see core features. So when the user clicks it, it will take them down to that section. The reason I've put in the effort to add that functionality into this article, because there is a chance we could win the featured snippet. So scrolling down to the end, you can see I've added this section in here, useful links, and that has come straight from the Bing chat. So we've got our multiple articles. And the reason we do this is when the user reads down, if they find the content useful, but they want more information, they can click off to one of these articles that is related. That is about helping the user. The other information that's really important here, in your CMS, you should have the authors set up, you should have the category set up, and you should have the tag set up. This is giving Google more information about what the content is, how to categorize it, and align it with the searcher's intent. Now, if we jump over to mangojuice.app, we can actually take a look at the published article. If we scroll down a little bit, you can see here is the table of contents I've been talking about, and this really is helpful to the user, and Google loves this stuff. So it is worth going to the effort. Now, if we want to force the indexing of our new page, pretty easy. Just go to Google Search Console, and over on the left-hand side, just click on URL inspection, paste the new URL in and hit enter, and you will get to the page that looks a bit like this. And because this page is brand new, Google doesn't know what it is. It's never seen it. And you would expect to see this message here. URL is not on Google. And all we need to do is press request indexing. And with a bit of luck, within 24 hours, our site will be up, but it can take longer. And there we go. Our indexing is requested. Okay, now this, what you might have been waiting for. Does this process actually work? Well, about 10 days ago or so, I published this article here. I actually did a video on it. It was called How to Use Bing ChatGPT AI, a comprehensive guide. Let's take a quick look at the article. You'll notice it has a lot of similarities with the content we've just done. Got a featured image, table of contents. It's all broken up well. It's easy to read. So let's see if this content is ranking on Google. If we go over to Google and we type in Bing ChatGPT, a comprehensive guide, let's see what comes up. And there it is right there. So it's in position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you'd like to see the video on how I created this first article, I will leave it at the end. I hope you got some value from this video. If you did, give it a like. I will catch you in the next one.